Oil prices have surged sharply once again as United States President Donald Trump issued fresh and forceful threats of intensified military action against Iran, leaving global markets on edge and raising fresh fears of prolonged economic disruption. In a pointed address from the White House, President Trump reiterated that American forces will strike Iran extremely hard over the next 2 to 3 weeks, going to bomb Iranian targets back to the Stone Ages, while insisting that the United States is close to completing its strategic objectives in the conflict that began with United States Israel strikes on February 28th. Trump claimed the United States has already destroyed Iran's navy, severely damaged its air force and missile capabilities, dismantled much of its defense industry, and crushed Tehran's ability to support terrorist proxies, while completely denying Iran any path to developing a nuclear weapon. However, the president offered no clear timeline or exit strategy for ending the war, a vagueness that has left investors confused and nervous. The reaction in financial markets was immediate and negative. Brent crude briefly climbed above $109 a barrel, while stock markets across the United States, Europe, and Asia all fell as traders worried about further escalation and supply shocks. Adding to the pressure, oil shipments through the critical Strait of Hormuz have now largely ground to a halt after Iran threatened to attack any tankers attempting to pass through the vital waterway in retaliation. Tehran is reportedly demanding high tolls and even reparations from passing vessels, effectively using its control over this narrow checkpoint, though which around one-fifth of the world's oil normally flows as powerful leverage against the West. Analysts warn that the lack of a defined endgame from Washington echoes past conflicts where military actions continued without a clear political resolution. Meanwhile, a United Kingdom hosted virtual summit involving around 30 countries is currently underway, seeking diplomatic solutions to reopen the strait, though the United States is notably not participating in the talks as the Iran conflict enters a new phase of uncertainty. The world is watching closely to see whether escalating military pressure or back-channel diplomacy will ultimately prevail, with global energy prices and economic stability hanging in the balance. This